Okay, so last time we played, you guys were just outside of the lizardfolk settlement, and you ventured into that den, and were quickly escorted to meet the queen to deliver your diplomatic message. There you met the queen, and she gave you a somewhat cold welcome, and after hearing your diplomatic message, agreed to allow you to have 24 hours to win over the hearts of the lizard folk in order to earn her blessing and the blessings of her people. You guys then explored the lizard den and had some run-ins with the local religious community, but managed to make a good enough impression on the important people in the lizard folk colony, such as the Minister Sarv and the ambassadors from the different seafaring races. So after winning the favor of the lizard folk, the queen, Othelek, ordered 2 lizard folk to return to you to Saltmarsh to act as her diplomatic ambassadors. And you guys are back in the boat, having just returned with Zoran Ticklewood. And it is probably now about midday since you guys started in the night when you were in the settlement.
As we get on the ship, it says, "Ahoy there!" That's still a thing.
Very good.
So we're getting to the ship, or we're getting off the ship in Saltmarsh?
You are now on the ship.
Okay.
So I'll bring us over here.
We should return to Saltmarsh and tell them of our contact with the lizard people and our promises of the things we've promised that we might not have been able to promise.
Indeed. To Saltmarsh, we should get these lizard folk some suitable conditions, perhaps where the lizard folk slept when we murdered them.
Shh.
The 2 lizard folk
in the interrogation room.
The 2 lizard folk walk by you, seemingly not understanding what you say, and head over to the bunk that you gestured them towards.
All right. Well,
Satel.
Captain, shall we go? Your first mate seems to be eerily silent.
Yes, I have cast a silence spell on him.
You can do that.
My goodness. Casting spells on your own friends.
He asked for it.
Kelnozz seems very tired and heads to his glamorous first mate cabin.
We should go see if we could wake him up.
Classic sleep romancer. Slumbermancer. I did that too. Made him very sleepy. Alright, crew. Set sail.
Haft gives you a salute and starts pulling up the anchor. Make a survival check, Captain.
Are you sure you don't want perception?
Well, you can do a perception, but this is you
Passive 20.
rolling on behalf of the ship for movement and traveling.
But on the other hand, passive 20.
How do you have a passive 20?
It's not a perception check.
Ooh, roll a 19.
Ooh, not a 20. Your ship sinks.
Damn it.
Okay, and I will just take you. Do you guys? Do you want to be the one who's doing the lookout during this sailing back period?
Yeah. I'll be captain on deck.
Okay. Well, it's a short journey, and it's only about 3 hours until you return back to Saltmarsh and pull up into the dock, where a group of sailors meet you and help tie the boat to the dock, should you choose.
Where to, Captain?
We should report our findings and present these fine folk to the council. Of course. Now that we're on land, Theren, you're back in charge.
Very good.
Salty Eye Jockwaters approaches you and says, any orders, sir?
Well, Salty Eye Jockwaters, you're the, no, you're not him. Stay the boat, mend the sails, wait for us, we'll be back.
He says, begging your pardon, sir, I have some business to attend to in the town. But
All
I'll
right.
have all those orders taken by the crew.
Very good.
Okay.
Just don't spend all your money on whores again. I've heard
I'm
things.
not welcome in those places anymore.
It's for the best.
He gives you salute and moves off to a crew where he tells them to mend the sails and get the ship ready. And then he walks down the gangplank and onto the docks. What do you guys do?
Well,
Well, I mean, we've got
we've got the lizard people with us, right? We're gonna get some looks.
We
it's
should.
true.
Perhaps we should bring the council to the ship.
At the very least, we should call the council meeting and figure out. We should have them ready to receive us.
Indeed. We can't just stroll through the town. with
Maybe we can
lizard
send.
folk.
Maybe we can send Zoran to inform the council we've arrived. Probably should have done that with Salty Eye. We just let him go.
As you say that, you, with your natural perception, you notice that you can see Salty Eye Jockwaters has just walked down the dock a bit and is now waiting at the door for Joanne Primewater. And after a moment, the door opens and he walks in. The door closes behind him.
All right.
You want me to go talk to the council, do ya?
Yes, if
I
you
can do that.
inform them of our arrival and let them know we have guests to be received from the lizard people.
From the lizard people.
Righto. I'll be back here in 2 skips of a jiffy. He walks off the gangplank and starts walking down the dock.
I think to myself, I should really add an exit word as well. All right.
Okay, so Zoran
Well-
keeps walking.
We've sent the NPCs to do all of our work.
Well, we should. So when you instructed Jock Waters there, was the idea that we would come through the town with our lizard friends here?
I instructed Zoran.
Sorry, I didn't catch their names. Lizard people.
I will go get the tokens, so I can also remember their names.
Or was the council going to come to us?
Probably we'd have to come to them. They might send some guards.
Okay.
The two lizards are Garut and Vith.
All right. Gert and Vith, get ready. We're going to disembark this ship.
The door opens and the lizard folk come out and they say, "Yes. We are ready when the time comes."
Do these ones speak common?
These ones are speaking common, yes.
Okay.
And Vith looks at Brynn coldly. Says,
Oh, why?
Do you ask? Do you just say why to him?
No, I kind of give him a look like, oh, what's up, bro?
Sup, bro, look.
Not an aggressive, what's up, bro? So he looked at me coldly?
Mm-hmm. Narrowed his reptilian eyes at you. And they're
Well,
both
perhaps-
carrying their spears and
perhaps-
shields.
Perhaps a drink would loosen your nerves, Vith? Gert?
They look at you with some interest or curiosity.
I managed to earlier sneak a sack of wine out of the hold in the ship. Ooh, I'm not hurling an undulating, warbling mass of chaotic energy. That's not. And I offer each of them a swig of my deerskin wineskin. Wineskin, I guess. Made of deer skin. Furry.
Gert takes the wineskin and smells it a bit, and then guzzles it back heartily, with some red drops coming out of his mouth. And he passes it to Vith, who shakes his head and says, "I will not drink."
That there's the best wine this side of the
Frosted tips?
Frosted Tips. So I was opening the regional map. Shall we go see the council? And I look to get off the ship.
Well, we sent one of those guys to go find the council, and they'll no doubt send guards to escort us through town to make sure we look very official.
Yeah, so we'll wait for Zoran or some guards to return. They have not failed at escorting us yet.
As you guys wait, after a few moments, you notice that a messenger appears to walk briskly from the town council hall that is just down the dock a bit, and runs over to Joanne Primewater's mansion. Goes inside.
I notice everything these days.
The dock is situated like right by Joanne Primewater's mansion, so you guys, it's just like looking at that house down the street, basically, not too far away.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I tell them, appears to be a messenger coming this way towards Jillian Primewater's house from the council chambers.
Most curious.
They've not yet said they were ready for us, so I'm comfortable waiting.
5 minutes pass, and you see the messenger run back out again, followed by Joanne Primewater, who casts a quick glance back at your ship before heading over to the council room, and Salty Eye Jockwaters follows out shortly behind him and walks off in the direction of the market.
Something seems strange. They didn't come get us.
Yes,
Maybe we
very strange.
I see Jillian is heading back towards the council chambers with the messenger. Maybe we should take our guests and follow them up there to the council chambers.
Well, we must help protect these lizard folk so as not to get in trouble along the way. We best keep our eye out for trouble.
Trouble's in the back sleeping right now, so we should be okay.
The lizard folk approach you and are ready to follow.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna
Disembark.
disembark the ship. Too bad it doesn't say anything.
Okay. So as the lizard folk follow you onto the dock, the sailors around stop and gawk and look on as these strange reptilian creatures that to them look no different from a common monster. Although none of them make any move towards them when they see that you guys are walking with them.
Okay. We're staying nice and close. Make sure.
Yeah, we're staying in a fairly tight formation, I would say. Casually walking, but keeping an eye out for trouble.
As you walk down the dock and further towards where the actual land is, there's more and more of a crowd. And you hear some people shout out, "Monsters!" And they're just kind of booing the creatures as they walk by. And they go, "More filth in Saltmarsh!"
We've been called worse.
Yeah.
The reptiles are looking a little on edge, and their heads are darting back and forth along the crowd, gripping their spears nervously.
Now calm down, everybody. Don't pass judgment.
Make a persuasion check. Make a persuasion check. The lizard folk seem to calm down as you say that and hold on to their composure. And since it's not a very long walk, you guys shortly make it to the council hall, where you see Zora and Ticklewood just standing outside, and Jillian Primewater is talking to him. His face is very red, and it looks like he's shaking his finger at Zoran.
What do his lips say?
Oh, damn you, Nelson.
I can read lips.
Ooh.
He says,
Oh, man.
"You're no good if you're not with them. You can't report back to me if you don't have any information besides where you took a nap." And as you guys get close enough before you can realistically hear him, he sees you guys and moves into the council room.
Oh, most cold welcome from Joanne.
That feed has paid off very quickly.
Yeah. And Zoran says, when he sees you guys, he goes, the council got together in record time. I reckon they don't want those lizard folk walking around too much. Now let's go.
All right, lead the way. As we enter, I reminisce about how close I was to making an entire crowd of civilians fall asleep.
Slumbermancer.
Okay. You guys are guided into the council room where the 5 counselors are seated. Julian Primewater is just just sitting down and getting himself prepared. After everyone is ready, Ida stands up and says, "I see you've brought us some guests. I'm sure you have much to say. We are ready to hear."
Indeed. Theren, you are our primary ambassador. Maybe you should take the lead here.
Very well. Indeed, we have traveled to their home and met with their queen. And we have succeeded in establishing diplomatic relations with the lizardmen and learned of their plight. For you see, they've been driven from their homes by hideous...
Sagwin.
What is it called?
Sagwin.
Sagwin?
Shagwin.
Wait, Shagwin's their home.
The fish people.
Garut says, "The Sahagwin!
Zahagwin, yes.
Yes.
They drove us from our homes."
Yes, and the lizard folk have gathered an alliance of merfolk that will join them in trying to rid the seas of these fiends. And they can certainly use the aid of the people of Saltmarsh to supply them with weapons and other supplies to aid them in their battles against this foe.
We believe it could be a mutually beneficial alliance.
Indeed. Allies beneath the waves could protect us and make sure that no evil force develops in there out of our reach.
Anders, the young man on the right, pipes up and says, "Protects us from what? We've never heard of the Sahagwin. They've never attacked us. Why should we get involved in the wars of some stranger?"
Well, from what we've been told, these Sahagwins multiply in great numbers, and they're cunning. They would not show themselves to us until they were ready. But no doubt they could become a threat.
That was really good.
Ida nods and says, "This is not a decision that we will make lightly, nor something that we can decide on a whim. Please introduce us to your guests, to your companions."
Of course. They were chosen by the Queen herself to make contact with the people of Saltmarsh.
This is Vith and Guaguas.
Garut!
Garut.
We are prepared to speak on the terms of the alliance. Ida says, excellent. Then we will speak. Outsiders, you have done another excellent job. And you have our thanks and our rewards. And she gestures over to a guard who has a small chest. She says, inside you'll find your 700 gold pieces. Thank you again.
Thank you, Lady Ida.
Very good. We take the chest.
You take the chest and you find inside there's essentially 7 gold bars that are each worth 100 gold pieces. And the lizard folk take their leave of you and sit at the table with the Saltmarsh Council, and they begin to speak. And you're dismissed, unless you'd like to say something more.
No, we can leave, and I think so. We have to divide the 700 gold up 5 ways because our friend there, Zoran, gets his cut.
For space communism.
That's right, we do. I played a pivotal role in our escape.
You get 140 gold there, Zoran.
Thank you. Should be more, really, but I'm a fair man.
So how much is Jill and Primewater paying you?
Well, I have a long-term contract with Jill and Primewater. He pays me for various tasks.
Indeed.
I'm not getting anything more out of this, though.
Has your task with us been completed then? You'll be leaving us?
Well, I don't know. Did you like having me on?
You are an amiable companion and very entertaining.
And let's be honest. You need me. I'm good.
His skills with the lockpicking is something we lack. That's certainly true.
Indeed.
And you had your card piece and a twist over that trapped chest that was on the ship.
All right, you can stay on. I think we might need to talk about your cut with our group and your allegiances.
That's right, I was thinking the same thing. 20% seems mighty low considering how much you need me.
I laugh and walk away.
What time of day is it?
It would be mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon?
Maybe late afternoon.
We should head to the marketplace before it shuts down and actually pick up those healing potions that I wanted to do last time, but didn't have time for.
Perhaps we could also find a lockpicking set and one of us can practice on the ship so as to gain some of these skills.
Huh.
These skills are far beyond some people, you know.
I said that quietly. I didn't realize Warren was right behind me.
Well, I thought we were going to the market. Ranger! You might be good with a bow, but there's no way that you'll be okay with the lockpick. It takes a finer, more distinguished touch.
Well, perhaps you could teach me. I am an apt pupil.
Oh, well, you can lead a horse to water. Ha ha! I'm implying that I can't.
Oh, I understood. I stood silently, scowling.
Okay, you guys are going to head over to the market and try to find some potions.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Okay. So, Theren, that was your main drive here.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Alrighty.
You ask around for any kind of alchemists or anyone who sells potions, and you get a lot of kind of scowls or uh, cold looks. Some people respond and say, they say they're not into the elven poisons. But as you do get closer to the Temple of Lorandra, there are some more people who are more open to the healing arts, and you manage to find someone who has 3 potions of healing to sell for 50 gold each.
Alright, I say to them, 50 gold. You do realize that we do very important work for the council. Dangerous work that, is for the betterment of all here in Saltmarsh. Surely you could give us a reduced rate on these potions that are needed for our dangerous line of work.
Make a persuasion check.
Man, I was doing so much better at the lizard.
The people that you are asking this from are somewhat poor acolytes that are helping to run the temple, and they impress upon you the scarcity of the ingredients to make such potions, and that they really can't do it for anything less than 50 gold pieces.
Alright, I pay them their 150.
They thank you profusely and say bless you in the name of the Great Binding.
I scowl at that, but I take my leave. I mutter to myself, followers of Maraganor would understand the need for helping those who challenge injustice. Never mind. So come, allies, let us all have a healing potion. I give a healing potion to Brynn and to Eikooc.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Oh, very kind. Thank you, sir. I shall buy you a drink later. Or would you like some of this wineskin?
Well, if that wine is worth 50 gold pieces, then I'll take it, but
Well, I was just
otherwise,
saying, take a swig, not trade me for this wineskin. I'm not giving up my wineskin.
Ryan, have you has Bryn taken a swig?
Oh, yes, I took a swig with the lizard people back on the boat.
Okay. You need to declare your swigs just so I can keep track of how drunk your character might be.
you're on a 3-swig limit here.
Well, yeah, we'll say that was a second swig when I was trying to convince Theren to.
Okay. Okay, so you guys have got your potions.
I'm gonna go looking for spell components of sorts. Just trying to figure out what I need. Guess it doesn't really matter specifically necessarily, but I'm gonna go looking for spell components.
If you're looking for spell components generically, we'll just pretend you have them essentially. If you're looking for something specific, like
I guess I'm just looking to see if I need anything to learn this scroll that I have. I have a scroll of Gust of Wind. It doesn't appear to have anything. Oh, a legume seed. I think I could probably find that.
unless it has like a specific dollar amount next to it, it's just something that's automatically in your component pouch.
Okay, very good. Well, I guess during my next long rest, I will learn this spell.
Can I look for a place that would sell, like, lockpicking tools, or... I don't know what kind of
A little shady.
shady operation. Something like that.
Hey, do you have any tools I can use to break into things? You know, just a little looking to
Make an intelligence check, Brynn. You think as you think about perhaps finding a set of lockpicking things, you consider that the best ways to do this would probably be at the. I'm just trying to find the name of the bar here. You guys haven't actually been there yet. It's called the Empty Net, I believe.
So
Which
just to see if I can places, because I have this ability from being a bounty hunter. Got my ear to the ground.
So this is where I'm leading you to. At the Empty Net, which is the kind of a rougher tavern in Saltmarsh that you guys haven't gone to yet. You have a contact there who is your ear to the ground that you might, if anyone's going to be able to get you lockpicking tools, it will be him.
All right.
It's also in your book that you picked up from the smuggler's ship that shows places that are safe for pirates.
Empty Net Tavern.
The Empty Net Tower is over here. It's on the other side of the where the Kingfish River feeds out into Taden Bay.
Where was it again? Can you point?
It's down on the other side of the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go there?
Yeah. I travel to the Empty Net Tavern. Come, friends. Let us see the darker side of Saltmarsh.
Well, I hope we don't run into any.
My wineskin.
Well, I hope we don't run into anyone who knows all the pirates we murdered. That might be a little awkward.
Could be a bit awkward, but my contact would warn us before we got there. We go way back, me and old Kingfisher Jim.
Kingfisher Jim. Let me write down that name. So as you guys approach the Empty Net Inn,
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, can I jump in one sec? As we go across to that side of the town, is there still? I don't think I felt it before, but for the other guys, did they feel anything weird when they went over that bridge?
Absolutely, yes. As you guys cross over the bridge, the Brynn and Theren must make Constitution saving throws.
What?
Yeah, there's something weird about that bridge.
Bridge is whack.
It is pretty whack.
We haven't suffered any weirdness going over the bridge yet. I'm interested to. It's kind of one of those like mysteries I want to solve, but I don't want to metagame my way into it.
As you guys cross over this bridge, you feel extreme nausea, and you start retching as you cross. But as soon as you step off the bridge, it seems to dissipate instantly.
Ugh.
And it didn't affect me at all.
No.
Something about that bridge just turns my stomach.
I look at them and I'm like, that was very strange.
Ugh. Yuck! You didn't feel that? Ugh, Brynn and I. Something gross underneath the bridge.
That was
Could be trolls.
just a normal bridge.
Hmm.
In the middle of town, no less.
Very odd. I wonder if there's any evil afoot. I don't know if I've done this before, but I will sense evil. Wait, what does this do?
It senses undead, celestials, or fiends within 60 feet
Oh,
or 100 feet
that's
of you.
super unlikely to actually do anything.
It's a good thing Kelnozz died.
Yeah.
The bridge itself, is it
I had a good run. It's just a matter of time.
How's it going,
Kevin, you
dude?
look like you're made of stone, no? You're like kind of a golem-ish looking fella.
Me, I'm big,
Racist.
burly, giant. You know,
Are your people known for being
Pretty-
resistant to sickness?
yeah, we're known for being pretty resilient. We live out in the mountains. Most of my people are not wizards.
Well, maybe that's just your hardy,
Har har.
hardy nature.
Probably just something you guys ate.
Certainly couldn't be this wineskin.
Pretty badass.
Wizard.
Do you have the model for that, Bob, or do you have to pay for it?
You have to pay for it.
Okay. We got the printer at work fixed.
Oh, you did? Did you print Petlin?
I haven't yet, but I'm going. I'll print out Petlin to see how it turns
Oh,
out.
man. Got it.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Kelnozz, you wake up in the ship.
Can I wake up in a barrel like I did last time?
Unfortunately, you're too busy being in a bed.
Oh.
And the guys are not on the ship with you.
Are any of the crew on the ship?
Yes, the crew are there's a lot of crewmen going around mending the sails and getting the ship ready for immediate departure if necessary. You don't spot Salty Eye Jockwaters, but you do see Haft, who's looking over some maps.
What about Zoran?
Zoran is with the party.
Ah. I say, where's the rest of the crew? A bunch of landlubbers.
The crew tells you that they went off towards the council hall. They haven't been back since.
I see. Well, it can't be that important if they didn't bring me along.
I put you
Perhaps
to
someone
sleep.
could fix me a drink of some sort to pass the time.
If you order one too, they will serve you some of the ship's stores of ale or wine, depending on what you like.
I'd like some ale, please.
All right. Kelnozz getting drunk.
Nothing else to do.
Are you guys?
Did they say when they would be back?
The crew shakes their heads. They didn't tell us much.
Oh, perhaps there's something I can do to help. I am a skilled sailor, as you all know.
As the first mate, you do have certain duties. But do you know what
Is
they
there
are?
No, I don't. I order them to unfurl the mast.
Okay. One of them starts unfurling the mast.
Very good.
Okay.
Hard to port.
If you sink my ship, I swear to God.
You overhear one of the crew say to the crew that's giving you ale to maybe just bring you water. Okay, so you guys heading towards the tavern. As you guys approach the empty net, you notice that this building is partially supported by stilts driven into the harbor waters. And as you get close to the door slams open, and this burly human man is holding on to a drunken sailor and just throws him over the railing into the water, and then heads back
What?
into the tavern with a slam. Slams the door behind him.
Oh, this looks like an interesting place.
We better watch ourselves here. Bunch of no good pirates are in there.
Pirates, my friends.
Okay, do you guys enter?
Yeah, let's enter the tavern.
Okay.
Alright.
You guys enter the tavern. It's fairly small, but there are a scattering of tables, and each one has a number of sailors who are there mostly drinking, but there are some who are holding greasy chicken legs in their hands and crusty bread. At the bar rather, is the burly human that you just saw throw a dude out. What do you guys do as you walk in?
I first look around the room and see if I can see old Kingfisher Jim sitting at a table or at the bar. Any friendly faces around, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Is there anyone that we recognize?
You should make a perception check. Ooh,
It's the first one, not the second.
I know. You do see Salty Eye Jockwaters sitting at one of the tables, and at a table in the corner of the room, you see your old what's the right word? Not friend, but associate, Kingfisher Jim. He's playing cards with a group of other sailors.
Well, my friends, perhaps we should grab a drink at the bar and go say hello to old Jimmy.
Very well. Lead the way.
Yeah, we're following you.
How many people is he sitting with?
3 others.
3 others? Okay. So, is there a lineup at the bar that I have to wait in?
Nope. You can approach the bar,
It's not like real life.
and the man
I
We
approach
have
the
to
bar
wait
with a
in line.
$20 bill in my hand to increase the
Truly is fantasy.
No, I'll head up to the bar and look at my friends and say, "Well, friends, what are you having?"
The man looks at you with unblinking eyes and says, "We have rum, and we have ale."
Excellent. Rum for all. We are sailors after all. And I get enough rum for each of us to have rum. And you know what? Just give me that whole bottle of rum and some cups. We'd like to go sit down over here this way, over yonder. How much for the whole bottle, my good man?
He looks at you to see if you're serious for a second, says, "Gold."
Well, here you are. And I pay him the gold.
He gives you the bottle of rum and 4 glasses.
Could I have some more glasses? Perhaps 4 more.
He grunts, passes you 4 more. And when I say glasses, they're more like Peter mugs and flagons made out of clay and wood.
Okay.
So
Sorry, go.
so you have roughly 8.
Okay. Is there a table open nearby to Kingfisher
There
Gym?
are no tables open.
There are
tonight.
no tables open. And all the spaces at Kingfisher Gym's table are taken?
All the chairs are, but there is space to pull up a chair.
Alright. Well, I will head over towards Kingfisher Gym. And on my way, grab a chair and introduce myself to his table. Hello! We bring you a drink to make your game more on point. And I put down 4 cups and like haphazardly pour 4 portions of rum into them.
As you approach, you hear Kingfisher Jim, saying, "Read 'em and weep, sirs." And then, as you approach with your rum, he says, "What is the meaning of this, sir? Who are? Oh, wait a minute. Is
You
Brynn
recognize me?
Isosceles? I didn't see you there first, sir. Thank you for the drinks."
Indeed. May we sit with you for a moment? Catch up on old times.
Yes. And then he shoos his sailors away, who scatter into the crowd. And he says, "I thought that we were supposed to be more discreet about this."
Oh, we go back so far.
Mm-hmm.
Old friends, you know? And I cheers him with the cup of rum.
Well, that seems highly illogical, considering we're more of associates than friends, but this is such the way of the adventuring ideology these days. We've gone out of control.
Well, perhaps I can whisper a little bit in your ear then, and I won't take too much of your time.
I do have many facts that I can share. That's all I care about is facts.
Perhaps you might be able to find me some tools that I've been seeking. I'd like to find something that can pick a lock. You know, on a chest or something that you'd find in a dungeon. Nothing nefarious, of course.
Seems like a completely rational desire. Those items are commonplace. I can get them for you within hours.
Excellent.
Are there any other facts that I can tell you? I have to warn you that some may shock you.
Tell me a little bit about this place. This tavern is quite the gem, a diamond in the rough, if you will.
This is a consistently average tavern in the Saltmarsh area. As you can see, it attracts some rough crowds, but I can assure you that these are actually very honest and hardworking people that have just been inappropriately maligned and slandered by the upstanding and more nefarious people in the Saltmarsh area.
Ah, well, we have been there.
It's the traditionalists of the Saltmarsh that perpetuate this false reality that people seem to be brainwashed into. The facts simply just don't support it.
Perhaps you've noticed when you cross that bridge, something about it just turns my stomach. Do you know anything about that?
well, perhaps it's the sight of the well-to-do merchants who are creating an unfair competitive playground for other merchants to open up their businesses. You see, at the other side of the bridge, well, the ground is more hilly, it's harder to walk. It's perfectly logical that people are not going to want to shop in there compared to the places in the dock. That turns my stomach.
Indeed. Well, Jim, it's been great catching up with you. If you could find me pickpocket or lock-picking tools, I could pay reasonably handsomely for them.
There's speculation going through the town that you're currently staying on a ship at the docks. Is that accurate?
Why, yes, indeed.
I can have these tools sent to your ship by tomorrow morning.
Oh, excellent. That would be most suitable.
And now I need you to give me some facts in exchange for the facts and rationality that I've bestowed upon you. Sir.
Indeed. What, pray tell, may I assist you with?
Well, I'm a merchant in facts and logic, so any new fact that I can use will perhaps be helpful in other transactions. Tell me a secret.
A secret, you say? We typically don't keep secrets. We're a very open and honest group.
Well, that seems highly unlikely. Statistically speaking, everyone has an average of at least 3 or 4 secrets. Perhaps it might not seem much to you, but a merchant such as myself can find value in almost any secret.
Well, let me think of the secrets that I know. There's none off the top of my head.
Perhaps your compatriots here have some information that they can offer up for barter.
I turn to Eikooc and say, you know, things about mysterious goings on.
Indeed. But I haven't heard any secrets in trade. This gentleman's offered to find you some thieves' tools, which is great of him, but you're paying gold coin for that. Secrets are traded for secrets.
I'm starting to suspect that you're operating in bad faith.
No, there's no bad faith here.
I mean, it's a simple request. All you need is to give up some information.
And what are you offering in return for that information?
Well, I've already offered the services for the lockpicks.
For free?
Perhaps my associate here did not make you aware of the transactional relationship, the contractual obligation that he has undertaken. Part of my services is for as a merchant of secrets as well, so that other people in his trade can come and receive the same services that he has received today. This seems only reasonable and completely fair, and I'm starting to understand that you guys are just operating in bad faith here.
Alright, I have a secret for you. Did you know that Maris on the council has lost a drift globe?
Ooh.
How about that?
This is useful information. All right.
Yes. See if someone can find it for her. I'm sure she would be most appreciative.
I should be not surprised that you're the most helpful person of our group. Statistically speaking, half-breeds are statistically more intelligent on average, especially compared to Halgud. Now this conversation is over.
Is he Ben Shapiro?
And this is Kingfisher Jim.
I mean, okay.
Sir?
Alright, well, I look to my allies and I say, we should perhaps wait until nightfall and go meet that mysterious item merchant at the docks. She may be able to provide us with, hopefully, some magic items that could help us in the coming battles, perhaps under the seas. You seem to be getting involved in that sort of thing.
Theren, you should also be reminded that you have with you a sword that you found in the lizardfolk settlement that was suspiciously free of any damage after you found it buried in the mud and the muck of the marsh.
Oh, sweet.
What size of sword is it?
It's a longsword.
What a long sword.
Okay. Well, I propose a night of toasting and a good old-fashioned rabble-rousing after our great success, while we wait for night to fall, and then we make our way over to visit that merchant.
Finally, a good idea from Theren, who's generally been the ambassador of the group. On land, anyways.
Oh my god.
All right.
And our brave sea captain. Yeah.
Kelnozz, make a Constitution save.
I'm getting wasted.
And then follow it up with a insight check.
Finally, a good idea. That's fucking amazing. Ugh.
Okay, you are just a one step past tipsy. And you've got to the point where you're drinking and you can't even taste the alcohol now.
More ale, waiter. I point at one of the other sailors.
The sailor comes back after a moment with your cup filled again. Now you can see through the window in your cabin that
Executive VIP.
the sun is setting, and it is basically starting to get dark out now, and as early evening approaches.
Any word from the adventuring party?
The crew shakes their head. They haven't returned.
Do you guys know any good shanties?
They perhaps do.
I'd like to hear a shanty, please.
They sing shanty.
Is it a good shanty?
You definitely very receptive to it.
Can I swing my glass in my arm, like back and forth, kind of like a pirate would?
Yes, you may. Are you going to leave your room?
Yeah, sure. I'll go out to the deck. I want to be with the common folk, see what it's like.
Okay, there's a couple crew that are just on the deck, mostly keeping watch. The rest are either below deck, or it's perhaps possible that some have ventured off into the city.
I will salute them out of respect. I say, have you tried this ale? It's delicious.
The one of the crew comes over to you and reaches out to grab the ale. Do you let him have a sip?
Would you like to try? Yes, of course.
He goes, "This is water, you anchor."
Well, I have been drinking a lot, so I didn't even notice.
Wanking too, I bet. The group of sailors laugh.
Damn it!
He's
I'll
been in
be
his
in-
room for hours. Choking the dragon, he was.
I don't know what to do.
Adventures of Kelnozz.
Okay,
These dudes are bullying me.
Highly deserved bullying.
Okay, alright.
Brynn, Theren, and Eikooc, as you approach the dock as night falls, you see a group of sailors accosting Kelnozz on the deck of your ship.
Hey, what's going on there?
The crew scatters.
Oh, just in time. How did it fare on the ground there? I've been keeping things under control here on the ship.
As we walk into the ship says, "Ahoy there!"
Forgot about that.
And I just shake my head at Kelnozz. You understand, you're the first officer.
Well, yes, of course. I was doing first officer duties, making sure everything is ship-shape and Bristol fashion.
So he says that, but all he hears is, yes. And I can read
Kelnozz, have you been
lips.
drinking?
How drunk am I with 13
You're
Constitution?
You're one step above tipsy.
Yeah, so I'm still good. I can drive this thing.
Well, we were planning to visit that merchant of magical artifacts, seeking something to help us in our journeys ahead. Oh, by the way, I picked up this healing potion for you while we were at market. I hand him a healing potion.
Oh, thank you. I will certainly need this if we ever get into combat again.
Yeah.
So tell me, how was your stay on the land?
Well,
I'll
we
be right
visited
back.
an acquaintance of Brynn's here.
Oh, and who might that be?
Kingfisher is his name, I think. Isn't that right, Brynn?
Well, that's what we call him. Who knows what his true name is?
A mysterious man.
Always been around that tavern along the Kingfisher, along the mouth of the Kingfisher River.
Well, you'll be glad to know that I kept everything under control and nothing bad happened. We've had
Yes.
some pretty choppy weather, and it got really stormy, but everything is all good.
I look up into the sky to see any clouds and find none.
It's like a tornado. Hazardous. But with true grit and these seamen by my side, we kept the ship afloat. I've earned the respect of the entire crew, as one does as first mate. Just another day at sea.
That last part seems unlikely. The rest,
How is that, Zoran?
the rest I was buying. Yes, it's Zoran.
You're an astute fellow, Zoran.
What did you say?
I called you very astute.
Speak common.
I missed you, friend.
All right, well, I'm heading off to bed now. See you all in the morning. He heads onto the boat.
All right. After he leaves, I tell them about what I heard when he was talking about Jillian Prime Water. So, Kelnozz, I am able to read lips now. And as we were approaching the council chamber, I saw that Gillen Prime Water was basically talking to what's his face there, Zoran.
Zoran?
Basically telling him he's not useful as a spy to him if he's not near us. So he should stay near us. Yeah.
So you're telling the whole party?
Yeah, I tell the rest of you guys. It's kind of the first time we've been alone.
Well, I've
Well-
never trusted him from the start.
Well, I don't trust that Jillian, but we have nothing to hide. We are virtuous adventurers upholding justice, of course.
It might be something we can keep in our back pocket in case we want Zoran to report something. You know, we don't have to let him know what we know. The devil trick.
Complex thinker.
That's why you're the captain, Captain. I give you a glass of what I think is ale.
Quite refreshing.
Why are you handing him a mop? That makes no sense, Kelnozz.
It's a mug.
A monster, a mug, a mop.
Mop? Why? He's not supposed to swab the decks. He's the captain.
God damn it.
You've been drinking too much again. And I take another swig from my wineskin.
I will see this as a direct challenge to my drinking competency, and I will take a big swig from the silver jug of wine I keep in my back pocket, with my eyes fixed directly on Brynn's eyes.
This'll end well.
Your wine jug is no longer has wine in it.
I
So-
drink from it anyways.
But Brynn may make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, Brynn, you are not uncontrollably drunk. You are still feeling the effects. Your cheeks are feeling quite red. But you are
No,
not.
he's got the rosy cheeks of a half elf.
Except
Can't
I'm a
handle
full
his
elf.
liquor. Oh,
These are the rosy cheeks of the fullest of elves. Certainly not so dusky gray as the mole people. We'll call them.
the mole people.
I was referring to the drow.
Ooh.
So what are you guys up to?
Well, I say we head to that merchant.
Okay.
Magic merchant.
Once
Head to the merchant with the best loot.
you'll see, the merchant is typically there during the night, so you'd have to give up the most of the evening in order to meet her there, unless you'd like to do something else in the meantime.
Well, I have no other plans. What say you all?
We packed it in early and
Got super drunk in the afternoon.
trying to hand people mops instead of mugs.
Damn.
Okay,
Uh,
well, go ahead. Yep.
I was just gonna say, if there's time to like, effectively, I guess it's kind of a long rest situation. I don't know if we have time. I would try and learn that spell from the scroll.
Which spell?
I have a scroll of Gust of Wind.
Ooh.
Sure. I mean, that just takes a number of hours, so depending on the level, you can certainly do that.
Okay.
Well, if we have time to do that kind of stuff, I could try and attune to this sword.
Attuning is what you do during a long rest.
Okay, then maybe afterwards.
Okay, well, if nobody else has any other business, then after a few hours from your boat, you can see when a cloaked figure walks out into the dock, and you see her two small glowing orange eyes.
This is Captain Zendru?
Zendros.
Zendros.
Hail there, Captain Zendros.
You approach her? Or are you shouting from your ship?
No, I approach.
As you approach, she puts her hands up and crouches down and says, "Stay back. Do you come in peace, or do you come for a fight?"
We come in peace, of course. Do you remember us from before?
I do. And I know of your troubles with the Royal Mage Army.
Yes.
My travel partners from Arcanidon.
Yes, they definitely gave us some trouble indeed. You had no idea of what they were up to?
I cannot claim ignorance. I know of their tactics here. I do not involve myself in their business. We come from the same land, but I am not part of the Royal Mage Army. We are both servants of Kaiser, but I do not serve him that way.
I see. Do you know where your companions may have gone to, or where they tend to hang out after doing stuff that they do?
She hesitates for a moment and says, I do not know where they are. You may make an insight check. This tiefling woman is very hard to read. You don't really get a sense.
Alright, well, the truth is, we really came here to avail you of your services. Or, you mentioned you are skilled at finding particular magical artifacts.
That's right. I'm a broker.
Ah,
Is there something
Well-
that you are looking for?
yes, indeed. We were looking for perhaps some trinkets, like an amulet or a ring, that might grant the wearer breath underwater indefinitely. My friends and I may have reason to go underwater in the future. Have you heard of anything like that?
Yes. Yes, there are a number of enchantments that can serve that purpose. Whether it is a ring or an amulet. Enchantments can be put into many different accessories. Finding one would be not difficult, but time-consuming still. It would require your attention for some time. Now,
Our attention.
Yes, I would need to enter into a communication with the seller and make sure that the terms are agreeable to them as well as to yourself, of course. And of course, there is a commission that I myself would have as well. This stuff takes time, and we must meet over the next few days to discuss. This
Very well.
is a form of downtime where you are essentially brokering a agreement with a third party through Zendros.
Well, we could go on that rescue mission first, since that seems to be more critical, and return to conclude our business afterwards.
If you leave and are not here to discuss the terms after I speak to the seller, then I cannot guarantee the most favorable terms. I will strive to be fair, of course.
If we want to stay around the town, maybe we can look into that bridge.
Very good. I could also learn to master this sword that I found. Very strange. So we could do that too as well. You could learn your magic tricks.
Tricks!
An illusion.
So what this would do is basically we could enter a version of downtime essentially, where how it works with Zendros is essentially you takes up a week of your adventuring efforts to deal with her and make sure that you're there for the negotiations. During that time, there's lots of other downtime activities that could be done, such as you've been offered such opportunities at the library, which might be a place to look if you're looking up information for the bridge. But there's also other things you can work at the dock. Other characters have offered you downtime activities.
Yeah, didn't somebody, one of the guys at a tower, wanted us to do something?
We're supposed to get diamonds to repay him for
Well,
killing
that was-
Jack.
For the warlock guy, right?
That was more of a quest. I think
he-
Iliander wanted us to do something.
He's the one who told you about Hotch, the druid. You guys have been offered work in the mines, work in the library, work on the docks, get a magic item.
Well, I'll work on the item. That seems to be. I'm trying to broker some items. Actually, more than one. A couple items for my companions, so that we can all breathe underwater. I already have a helmet that does that, so I'm okay.
And Ryan has... Does Ryan's armor grant him breathing or just fast
Yeah.
swimming?
Fast swimming.
Okay, well, you still need to be able to breathe underwater then.
That would be ideal. I've never heard of such magic.
Oh, well, this fancy helmet allows for swimming and dark vision and breath underwater. We need at least breath underwater for
It's
you
unnatural.
all. We can assist our new allies, the lizardfolk, if the need arises.
I see its use, but it seems unnatural to me. We breathe the air, not the water.
Indeed,
That not
we need magic to assist us.
full? The very ones we seek to save the lizard folk from?
The very same.
Okay, well, I will... I guess I'll say that I can spend some time in the library researching and doing whatever research was asked of us from what's his face, the gravekeeper librarian guy. Is that the dude?
Krog, the half
Yeah.
orc.
He was the one who asked us about the to help him in the library, right?
Hmm. Yep. And what you can do is you can be self-directed to a degree if you'd like to. You can essentially do is research something about the Saltmarsh area, and you can get kind of a basic information from it. So, just to give an example, if you wanted to research the bridge, right, you might get a tidbit of information about the history of the bridge, or something like that, right? Or if you had a more specific question about a different thing or area, right? And it can be kind of broad, right? What's something that you broadly want information from that you would realistically find in historical texts, then at the end of your week, you'll essentially get that.
So many things to choose from. I think the bridge is an obvious one. It's a bit of a mystery, so I will say I will research the bridge. The history of the bridge.
Can I hit up the tanner during the downtime?
You want to do work for the tanner?
I want to pick up my glorious, what was it? Scarf and cape.
Okay. We're essentially now kind of talking about a period of about a week where your character is going to find some time to do something. So your character can definitely pick up something, but at this point, you guys need to think about what your character is going to do while Theren and Eikooc are now doing these things. You guys don't have to do a job. Like, you can just what's the right word? How do you say that word? Carouse.
Carouse.
Drinking. Carouse. Drink.
Lollygag?
Drink. Be merry. Lollygag. You could craft an item if you have ability to a proficiency with this with a craftsman tool. Yeah.
Can I practice with these lockpicking tools?
You can practice with them, but it takes much more time to become proficient with them.
To catch fish with them? What?
Actually, you know what? I think that's harsh. I think if you are going to spend the whole week...
Hello?
Hey, no, I'm just thinking about this. Okay. That's what you want to do for the whole week, is just practice with your lockpicking?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, well, fuck it, let's do it. Maybe I'll regret it later, but we'll just give you the proficiency in the lockpicking skill.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is the lockpicking skill?
Just lets you... It essentially lets you add your proficiency bonus to attempts to disarm or just to unlock a chest or a lock, and it lets you disarm traps with the lockpicking skills. Okay. That leaves Kelnozz.
I think I'm just gonna hang out with Bims.
Bam!
Generally carouse around and not get into too much trouble.
Seems unlikely, but okay. Okay, so
I'll go to the different bars in town and just gamble with people and nothing too crazy.
are you gonna disguise yourself at any
Yes.
point? Okay. All right. So if you're gonna carouse, we'll do this in order of simpleness. Take a gold off for every day, representing you going and drinking with the folk and having your partying time. Brynn, you get your
It's
locking.
a full week?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Brynn, you get your lockpicking proficiency, and you lose like maybe a gold overall from your eating and drinking. Yuck, you spend about a week studying with Krog, and at the end of the week, you have learned that the bridge was cursed 100 years ago, shortly after, or rather 200 years ago, shortly after the time of the vanquishing of the elves, when the council blamed the elves for the fall of Arcana for Abaddon, and someone cursed the bridge so that any time an elf or someone of elven descent crosses the bridge, they feel sick. And for Theren, I just need to look up the exact rules of this. Was there a specific item you saw in the DMG, Scott? Probably not, eh?
No, I didn't see any item. I'm just looking for a collection of maybe rings or amulets or things that could give everybody some water breathing like I have access to.
Okay, so just take me a second while I figure out how much gold and stuff you have to buy because you spend stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So during the week, the Xandros comes to you and says that she's found a seller, who's a person who's selling a cap that allows the wearer to breathe underwater, and that the asking price is 300 gold pieces.
Okay.
No.
I say let's haggle that price down a bit. Make sure they understand that we are an important business. Ambassadors to the sea peoples.
The council.
Of course we need this. Yeah.
Make a persuasion check. When she comes back at the end of the week, or rather close to the end of the week, she says that she can have the cap, but the seller was not willing to budge, and that it would be 300 gold pieces.
Alright. I agree to their terms.
Perhaps I could help you out, Theren.
You cannot, because this is part of Theren's downtime.
Always interested in a good haggle here and there.
So at the end of your week, you are delivered a cap of water breathing, which I will create a handout for now. Okay. So, she hands you this cap and tells you that the command word is, and she speaks Draconic when she says this, but she says, Golden King.
Golden King. All right then.
Okay, so at the end of the week, you guys have all gained some kind of benefit from your activities. Eikooc, Crag now looks at you as a good chum. He looks at you very chumly. It's not quite a friend, but you've made a good contact with him.
Could you remind me what his voice sounds like again?
Oh, he's a half-orc.
Okay.
Okay, so now you guys are nice and freshly rested at the beginning of the day, at the end of the week, like a week after you returned from the Saltmarsh, or the lizardfolk den near Saltmarsh. And during this time, Zoran had said he was going to look for work as a just look for work, and at the end of the week he comes back, checks in with you guys and says, all right, what are we up to now, crew?
Well, we could go after this missing druid.
Oh, and I'm sorry, just before we go too far, Theren, you learned that longsword was a +1 longsword at the beginning of the week. It does not require attunement. It's just you realize it's magical after you spend some time studying it. Well, what now? I hear the adventure on the high seas waiting for us.
Well, there is a fetch quest we could do for Gallon.
A what?
But a simple task to get some missing supplies.
Surely a man from Barrel would be up for an adventure.
Although there's a missing druid in the where is he? To the west, I believe.
My vote is to rescue the druid. I think we've left him in captivity long enough.
Indeed, he may be in danger.
Oh, he's in the drowned forest.
The drowned wood. Very well.
Oh, that's a right scary place it is.
I was always told to stay away from the drowned wood as a kid. As a child.
Are you sure you want to be going into a place like that for a stranger?
Not just a stranger, but a ranger.
He's a druid.
No, he's a druid. Yeah.
Druid, yeah.
But we've been asked to free him from his devious captors who have ransomed him back to the town.
Mhm.
These no good doers must be dealt with.
We were told they're about 2 days from town, so we should start our journey.
Well, we have a horse and wagon. 2 horses, actually, in a wagon.
It's not along the shore, is it?
Yeah, both on the shore.
Well, the regional map, let's take a look at the old drowned forest.
Regional map.
It's past where we went. It's pretty far.
We could sail to Seaton.
That's true.
Yep.
Might cut a day off our trip or something.
The 2 days was by sea.
Oh, by sea. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and roughly speaking, each hex on the regional map here is a day of walking.
I didn't even notice the hexes. Cool.
Hmm.
A day of walking.
A day of traveling, essentially, like 8 hours of walking, or like a wagon doesn't go that much faster because usually not.
What if we were moving at a brisk pace?
At a brisk pace, you get like basically like 1.5 hexes, but you start getting penalties on your perception.
So do we travel to Seaton or do we travel to Garden Hills in order to reach the Drowned Forest?
Yeah, it would be faster.
Or neither? Just pull up on shore.
I would say Seaton would be closer, no?
Works for me.
Makes no sense to sail right past and then walk halfway back. We just have to go back and get our boat at some point.
Zoran says, "Have any of y'all been to Seaton before? They're a lot more strict than Saltmarsh."
Strict in terms of what?
Well, the whole town's been fortified, run by a right stiff fella named Merrick Feldrin. He's one of them coppers like our good friend Theren here. He's one of the fair hands, and he's assumed control of the town on behalf of the council. What with it being a military stronghold and all.
This is Seaton?
Yep.
Well, we don't really need to get into the city. We just need to use their docks and travel to the Drowned Forest.
Hmm.
Maybe if we brought something with us that they needed, would help.
Maybe if someone on the council would give us a letter of recommendation or a, official document that would allow us to dock there.
Indeed, Eleander was the one who requested we search for Hutch. Perhaps we can get some sort of letter from Eleander that would allow us to travel through Seaton.
An excellent idea. Perhaps we should have
Zoran
not
says,
taken so long to.
"You can
rescue
travel
a
through
friend."
Seaton if you want, but a letter from that fireborn character would probably go a long way with fellow stiff rules folk like Merrick. Or you could just rub elbows since you have one of his coppers here." Yeah. Points to Theren.
Alright, should we get a letter from Eleander?
Seems like a good idea.
Alright, we travel to Eleander's house, I guess.
Okay. You guys head to Pool Watch Tower. When you get to Pool Watch Tower, you can find Eleander Fireborn working at his desk. Looks up. "To what do I owe the distinct pleasure?"
We have plans to travel to find Hutch. It has been some time since you've asked. We've been quite busy, but we're taking on the task now. Hopefully he is still in good health. We were hoping
Well,
to get
that's
you
right. Crag told me about all the reading you've been doing, so very busy indeed. All the same, I do thank you for going after Hotch. It's something that I wish that we could help with more. But if it's a letter you're looking for, then I'll write one for you. If I know Lord Feldrick is not gonna put a smile on his face too much, but might stop a scowl from forming too.
Very good. Thank you.
Welcome. You get a scroll that is sealed with wax and Eleander's personal signet on it.
All right. We back to the ship, and when we get on the ship. It says, "Ahoy there!"
Okay, you guys make it to the ship. And Salty Eye Jockwaters and the crew is there. The lizard folk, of course, are not.
All right. Let us prepare to make something. Let's get on underway. We're heading to.
Your seamanship is never in question.
No, we're heading to Seaton.
Seaton, said Salty Eye Jockwaters. May I ask what brings us to Seaton, sir?
Don't ever question the captain.
He keeps his mouth closed, but looks from Kelnozz to Eikooc.
We're in search of someone. We're just traveling through Seaton.
Salty Eye says, you should know, sir, that the Dark Master, the Wolf Master, rather, as Seaton will require a full roster of the crew, passengers, and the cargo that we're carrying on our ship, and will likely request inspection. Such tasks usually fall to the first mate.
I see no problems with that. Our first mate has always been above board,
Of course.
beyond reproach.
There's no contraband on this ship.
I'll help you with that paperwork, Kelnozz.
Well, perhaps you could just take a look over it, make sure I've done everything properly.
Yes, of course.
I hand him the entire stack of paperwork. Perhaps you could get it back to me in a couple of hours.
Have it on my desk by morning.
All right. What's it tell?
All right. The Haft comes up and says, "Where to, Captain?"
Seaton.
Aye, aye. He starts calling the orders for all the preparations to be made and the anchors pulled up. Okay. So it is a roughly 2-day journey by boat. And what I will need you to do is to make a survival check for the first day.
I wasn't great sailing there, Captain.
Hey, I just tell them where to go. They're the ones driving the boat. But let me tell you, I didn't even pursue the heck out of it. I investigated the heck out of it.
So as you are sailing towards Seaton, the first day, a heavy fog rolls in, which makes it very hard to make much progress. You guys are not too far off the coast, and it becomes pretty dangerous to sail during the fog, so you have to go slower. At the end of the first night, I'd like you guys to tell me what you guys are doing. Is anyone keeping watch? Has a crew member been assigned to keep watch?
I'd like to spend some time in the crow's nest.
Ooh, excellent choice.
Okay.
I will.
Keep watch in the crow's nest.
I will commune with this helmet of being underwater.
You've had a week to attune to anything, so you've attuned to that already.
All right.
Yeah. And just a reminder, you can only have 3 items that you can attune to. But I think that's your only.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's your first one. You also have another hat.
Well, I'm just going to attune to the helmet for now.
Sure. Okay. Well, since Brynn is in the crow's nest, you're essentially the one who's keeping watch. So make a perception check, please.
Perceiving. I roll 12.
Okay. With a 12, during the night, as you guys are still heading towards your direction, but most of the crew is either drinking or sleeping, Brynn finds himself up in the crow's nest, just keeping an eye out, appreciating the night sky. The fog is finally lifted up, and you can see the moon and the stars. And as you look down at the dimly lit deck below you, you see there are small wakes of water surrounding the ship, moving in towards the ship. And you believe that there are things surrounding the boat.
Whoa.
You have a moment that you might be able to do something to alert
Can I-
people below. This is just Brynn.
I take my instincts in stride and begin to sound an alarm, ringing a bell that I assume we have at the top.
You do not have a bell at the top.
All right.
I've never seen that in any ship.
Well, that's fine. Salty Eye! We appear to be surrounded! Wake the others!
Okay, everyone else make a
Okay.
perception check.
Perception check?
Not you, but everyone else, yeah.
Here's my moment to shine.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. Well, there you go. Okay. So, I can't tell if Kelnozz rolled one.
Say again?
Did Kelnozz roll? Is that your 26?
Oh, I didn't roll. My bad. Yeah, nope.
Okay, well, Eikooc, you can hear the sounding of shouting as Brynn shouts from above. Now,
You said
where's
you've never seen a bell. I just sent you a link for a bell.
Let's see.
Iceberg, straight ahead.
That's not at the top of a crow's nest.
That's right on the bow.
Damn it. All right. Sorry, you were about to say. I saw something.
Okay, so you heard. Brynn, you're at the top of the crow's nest. I need everyone else to say where they are on the boat.
I'm where I am.
Everyone else is on the deck.
Yeah, I'm on the deck here.
Hit the deck.
Okay. So. Okay. You guys have heard Brynn. Brynn is shouting down. He's shouting something to Salty Eye Jockwaters. What did you say to him, Brynn?
Rouse the others. There's trouble afoot. We're being surrounded.
Okay. Now only Eikooc heard that. So you can roll your perception without a disadvantage. And now I want two more, Kelnozz and Theren, to make another perception with disadvantage.
Ooh. How'd you like that?
Okay. And that's your 17 there with it. So Eikooc, you can hear the sound of climbing. And something seems to be climbing on the side of the boat. And you are not surprised as these huge fish-like men that have gills coming out the side of their face
Oh,
and
Jesus.
rows of razor-sharp teeth climb up onto the board, gripping rough-looking spears that are draped with seaweed.
The ship yells, "Ahoy there!"
The ship yells, "Ahoy there!"
Oh, God.
6 times.
Ahoy there! Ahoy there! Ahoy there! There! Ahoy there! Anybody who didn't know something was about to happen knows now.
Yeah, but it all happens very quickly.
Yeah.
And so Theren and Kelnozz, you guys are going to be surprised for the surprise round.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the part where I
roll
die?
Initiative.
Come on, baby, win daddy a new pair of shoes.
Oof.
Better than I usually roll.
Okay. Okay. They got an 18. I see Kelnozz. I see Theren. I don't see Brynn.
Oh, for the initiative. Aha.
There you go.
Whoa.
Did not have your. How can we not add it to that?
You wanted to send the results of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
I'll just add it. Don't worry.
Okay. I hadn't selected my guy when I hit it. My, you know.
Or do I?
Your token?
Token. Hefeweizen.
Okay. So, Brynn, it's your turn to go first.
All right.
You're
I
40 feet up.
Rain arrows down on the deck.
Yeah.
Do it.
Whoops. Lockpicking skill is not what I meant to hit.
So, who are you attacking?
Who's the most?
And Theren, while you're waiting for your turn, I need you to put yourself in a square.
Sorry? You shouldn't even move?
Yeah, just
I'm gonna go
squarely
for
in a
this
square. All
one.
right,
The one
go ahead.
next to Kelnozz. I'm gonna hit him with an old long. Are these aren't humanoid? These are some sort of fish.
These
people?
are humanoid.
Oh.
It's got arms and legs. It's pretty much humanoid.
Yeah, basically everything that's by
A 12 hits.
basically.
12
Yeah.
hits.
And by the way, anyone here can do a nature check. See if they know or recognize these things.
What are these creatures?
Okay, well, Eikooc knows as well as everyone but Brynn. Brynn, you can't quite see them very clearly up above. These are the Sahagwin.
Oh, no, I got a 17. That's my damage.
Oh, I
from
see. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, fair enough. Okay, so
it's-
yeah, you can see as well.
Order.
You cause 7 damage to.
7 plus 2, so 9 damage. And then I'll use my Horde Breaker to fire at the one next to him as well. With the second arrow. Loose the arrow!
That's a hit as well.
9, 10,
11
11.
damage. So in quick succession, one arrow, another arrow, slam into these two Sahagwin that are facing a Kelnozz. And
Ooh.
the arrows manage to dig in deep into their backs, causing incredible pain to them.
Back pain.
Back pain. Anything else?
I guess I should have done my other thing first, but no, that'll be it.
Okay, the Sahagwin's turn. This one is going to move forward. Here. And this one's going to move here. And here. And Salty Eye Jockwaters is just going to run for a door. This guy's going to come here.
This is not looking good for the old Kelnozz. I haven't really proven myself in combat.
Oh god, there's more.
Oh my god.
And
Oh,
another
God.
2 climb up onto the board. They're not going to take their turns.
Oi there!
But these 3 are going to attack So starting with the damaged ones, these three Sahagwin start circling the two combatants down on the bridge and attempt to jab at it with their spears, but also reaching out with clawed hands and snapping with their razor teeth.
Looks like we've got ourselves in quite the pickle, eh, Theren?
What's your AC, Kelnozz?
14.
All right. You dodge a spear attack.
Did you see that, Theren? Look at me dodging.
Ooh. And the Sahagwin tries to follow up with a bite attack, but gets nowhere near you as you manage to dance away from him. The next one is going to try the same. This one from behind you manages to hit you with its spear, and you take 4 piercing damage.
Okay, 4 piercing.
Oh, I'm gonna have to re-roll that since I typoed the dice type.
Nope, that's fine.
1d2.
Yeah. Well, there you go. What are the fucking chances?
Oh my god.
Look at me go. Theren, have you seen these moves?
Both the bites got
Yeah.
critical failures.
Yeah, both the bites got critical failures as they attempt to corner you, but you're much more cunning than they gave you credit for.
Yeah, I'm invincible, basically.
But as
Famous last word.
but as the spear manages to drag a slight scratch across your skin, causing that slight 4 damage, you see their nostrils flare up, and their eye pupils dilate into a tiny dot as they go into a blood frenzy.
Oh.
And they now get advantage on melee attacks against you.
Oh my god.
Just from the scent of
Take 6 piercing damage as the third one's spear manages to find purchase in its fury.
Save me, Theren!
Take
Oh
them
my
all.
god, and then he follows up with a slashing of his claws, but manages to only scrape against your armor. Terrible.
I taunt him mercilessly.
Okay, now there's 3 that are going to attack Theren. What's your AC, Theren?
18.
Okay, well, the first spear is a hit attack against you. Rolls a critical. You take 7 piercing damage as its spear manages to draw blood, and you note all the rest of the Sahagwin around you as their nostrils flare up in a blood frenzy. The one
Damn.
that just stabbed you follows up with a bite attack, and manages to crunch your armor a little bit, causing you 3 piercing damage. The one behind you does another 4 piercing damage to you as its spear manages to hit you while these 3 flank you.
Oh, man.
This is murderous.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 5 slashing damage as you just barely managed to duck away from a more savage attack. But the claws of one of the Sahagwins scratch against your face, unprotected by your helmets. And the last one is going to do his attack on you. Okay, you take another 4 piercing damage from its spear. And it's going to follow up with a bite attack. And I think you said 18 was your AC?
Yep.
Okay, so this one it doesn't manage to get any of its attacks to, or of its bites to follow through.
Finally, this paper armor I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Does something.
Well, I got all my critical fails against Kelnozz, and all my critical successes against you.
Ah.
Probably ideal. Okay, Theren, you're up.
Oh boy. Alright. Well, I am hurting pretty bad here. So I think I better use an action to cure wounds on myself. And I... Wait, is that what this is? Here it is. How do I cast it?
You can just say you cast it as long as you click off your slot.
Bring out your dad.
I cast that and I... spell card?
You speak a word of prayer for Moragnar, and your hand briefly glows in copper lightning that swells at your hand, but then the lightning crackles down throughout your own arm and down across your body, providing you with the healing energy. Do you have any bonus actions you want to take, or?
I do, actually. So first I take 20
Nice.
for full roll. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty good.
Needed that. I will actually take a bonus action to cast a second bonus action spell.
Okay, you can't do that. You have
Ah!
you can cast a bonus action spell, and then the only other spell you can cast in a round is a cantrip. You can't cast a level 1 or higher spell if you've already cast, or in this case, you can't cast a bonus spell because you've already cast a level 1 spell.
Okay. I don't think I can do any bonus then.
Yeah. Okay. Then it is Captain Eikoo's turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to let loose a Chaos Bolt. My new Chaos Bolt. Hope I get doubles. If I get doubles, it hits another guy.
Ooh.
Who's you attacking?
I'll just attack I'll attack this guy here.
And are you walking up to the ledge of the poop deck here?
If I can stay back, I will, but
I think this is a railing, so I think you probably do in order to get a great line of sight on this guy.
alright, fine.
Okay, so how did this work? You rolled a 5, a 3, and a 2?
So, yeah, I need to know what the 2d8s were. So it's 2d8s, but the 2d8s came out to 5, I guess. I don't actually get to see what the 2d8s were.
I think you...
Yeah, you rolled a 10.
Yeah, I know, but I need it's 2d8 plus 1d6. And
Kevin needs to know what the specific dice said. Like,
Usually,
Oh.
It says 5, 3, 2.
yeah.
so yeah, the 2d8 must have been 5 and 3, and the d6 was a 2. Or no, because the 3 is my int and the 2 is the other one. So the 5 is, wow, the 5 is a 2d8 and 1d6. Like I rolled a 2, a 3, and I rolled like nothing.
Why don't you just roll them all separately if that makes it simple
Alright.
for you?
1d8.
So roll your first
that
d8.
is the derivative of that 5. And
Ugh, okay. So I didn't roll the same, so I get to choose between either cold or 7 psychic damage. I don't know. Let's go with cold. And
And was that? And this is the damage to it. It's 9. Oh no, it's 10. right?
Oh, you know what? I'm totally wrong. No, it just missed.
Oh, 10 is at the attack roll, of course.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this wrong. Because if I click this one, there we go. Then I can actually see the numbers.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. I screwed that up. Yeah, so it just missed.
So this undulating, warbling mass of chaotic light blue energy swirls towards the Sahagwin, shifting between at first lighting up in fire, for a second misting as cold, crackling with lightning, and then it just furls past and hits the water.
Wow, wow. All right.
Wah,
me.
wah.
Kelnozz, you're up.
Okay. Does this work on more people? No, it does not. Well, probably gonna die here, so I might as well at least make it easier for everyone else to kill these fucking dudes. I'm gonna use my action to cast Fairy Fire. So all creatures within 20 feet. DC 14. So I'm basically gonna cast it in the middle here. And I should get everybody.
That's awesome.
Fairy fire, okay.
And so while you're rolling a bunch of that stuff, I'm gonna hit Theren with my new and improved Bardic Inspiration. So that's a 1d8. And
Nice.
you can use it for damage as well.
What's your spell DC?
My spell DC is 14. Whoa, that's some
He's making a lot of
15s.
rolls.
So I think half them passed and half them didn't. So
That's above average rolling.
the 4 here that are closest to the middle of your center of focus here.
Well, Theren, old chap.
This as Kelnozz plays or sings maybe a quick song in as a spell casting thing, the blue light cascades out from the center and clings around the 4 Sahagwin in the area. All right. Anything else, Kelnozz?
That's it for me. This is where I die.
Back up to the top, Brynn. You're up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and fire away at this guy.
Which guy? Sorry, I just missed it for a second.
This one that's got prairie fire on him, or fairy fire.
Okay, so you have advantage.
Prairie
on
fire?
this.
Prairie fire. So I have advantage.
Mhm.
Those were the
I
worst.
should have had
spells.
advantage that first round, but I hit anyway. So
Oh,
it didn't
yeah, you got to remember.
23
Okay, that's a hit.
and 8, 9, 10 damage.
10 damage on this already damaged fairy fire one. Fairy fire. Damn you guys. This arrow takes the Sahagwin in the back of the leg, and it stumbles for a moment, but manages to keep its balance with its shield.
Mm.
These things are tough.
And then my second shot's going to go at his friend next to him.
Okay.
23 again.
Okay.
12 damage this time.
The arrow thuds into its shoulder, and it cries out in surprise and pain.
Take that.
Okay. Anything else, or are they up?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, start of the round. This one is going to step away out of your area, Kelnozz, so you can choose to use your reaction to make a attack of opportunity.
Oh, you better believe it.
Go ahead.
Take this back to Davy Jones' locker.
All right, you managed to stab it as it leaves. What's your damage roll?
Oof. Not much.
Oh, you managed to do some damage against it as it.
I rolled a 1. Fuck.
Ooh. Okay, so it's going to come up here. And this one is going to do the same thing, but going to climb up over the railing here. Comes here. This one is going to go 1, 2, 3. That's pretty much as far as it can go. Okay, so it's going to attack down here. Alright, so starting from the poop deck, we're going to get 2 attacks as the Sahagwin corner the wizard.
No.
What's your AC, Eikooc?
14.
Okay, so you take 4 piercing damage as the Sahagwin that was just hit by Brynn's arrow takes a stab at you. As your Halgud blood meets the salty air, the Sahagwin around you start frenzying. And you just managed to dodge out of the way of a very sharp-looking claw as it slices through the air.
Yikes.
But as you dodge, you feel the prick of a spear on your backside, and you take another 4 piercing damage.
I'm just gonna run to the washroom real quick.
The Sahagwin behind you, you can hear the sound of its jaws snapping behind you, but you feel no pain. Okay, Theren, we're going to do their attacks against you. So the first one, spear, misses you. So does its claws attack. The one on the left is going to do its attacks. Spear misses. Bite misses. Third one attacks. Spear misses. Bite misses. God damn.
There we go.
So
Man, you just get 4 attacks?
Well, no, but they're taking advantage on you with each attack because because of your blood. They can smell your blood.
Oh,
So
my blood.
So with advantage, they've missed all their attacks as spears and
Wow.
snapping jaws attempt to batter you down. But between your nimble dodging, your flashing sword, and your stout armor, none of these Sahagwin have managed to cause any damage to you. The Sahagwin are going to try to have better luck against Kelnozz, who I believe's AC was 14.
I object.
Ooh, you're back. Okay, good. So there you go. So there's going to be 3 attacks on you as well, each of them with advantage. So the most damaged one goes first, misses with his spear, and hits with its bite attack, dealing 3 piercing damage to you as one of the Sahagwin bites down on your arm.
Ah.
This full strength one here is going to attack you with its spear. Just narrowly misses a vital part of your body, but instead just manages to do another 4 piercing damage as you just managed to jump out of the way, or else it would have skewed you to the heart.
Good lord.
It tries to come in to bite you, but you manage to push it away. And then this last one, surrounded by fairy fire and with blood leaking out of its own wounds, manages.
Oh my god.
What is? Okay, well that's obviously not right.
20 factorial.
What am I doing here?
You
Okay,
got exclamation marks?
I'm just using the dice roller tool.
Hmm.
Okay, so I think that was a bite. So you take another bite attack from the third one.
Is that 4 damage?
The bites are 3 damage.
3. Not looking so happy.
Okay, and that is their turn. So now it's Theren's turn.
Okay. I will size up this one right here. It's surrounded in fire, and I swing at it with my great sword. I'm going to swing at it with great weapon fighting. So we get a -5 to hit, but it'll add 10 damage if I hit, and I do have advantage. Plus, I do have Bardic Inspiration that I might use to hit better.
Oh.
So we'll see if this goes. Yep. So that's 15. I think that's probably good.
Oh, great sword.
15 minus 5 is.
Oh, maybe I should
Is not,
Bardic
yeah.
Inspiration that then.
You certainly should. D8,
How much is it? 1d8?
D8, yeah. I
Nice.
just upgraded that shit.
Oh, damn one. Could I
My
reroll the one
God,
somehow?
Theren.
Damn it.
I don't believe you can. So unfortunately, you miss just narrowly. Your greatsword is deflected by the spear of this Halgud.
There goes my advantage. But okay, this time I will use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith.
Nice.
And I shield Kelnozz, which adds 2 to his
Yeah.
AC.
16 armor class, baby.
Nice. Okay. It is Captain Eikoo's turn.
Okay. I'm going to cast your favorite spell ever. I'm going to cast
Sleep.
Sleep.
All right.
I'm going to cast it centered like 5 feet in front of me over here, I guess. So it's kind of like
Okay.
should hit the 2 guys next to me first, and then those other guys second if it can.
Yeah. 5d8.
I'm casting it at level 2 as well.
Ooh.
Slumber man.
Oh, that was so good. I got 3 8s in there and a 7.
Enough to piss any DM off.
Oh, that was the 5d8 plus 11, so it's actually 45, right?
What's plus 11?
Do you see how it says higher level cast?
Yeah, 45.
So it separated out the higher level cast.
That's redonkulous.
Why is it another 2d8?
That's a good question. I cast it as level 2. Should only be plus 1d8. 2 times 1d8. Well, you can
We'll
pick
just take the
5.
6. No, we'll take the 6. It's the first one. So 40 is the total. That's pretty good.
40.
So let's see. This one's asleep.
I'm just gonna roll it again just to make sure I click the right thing before. Yeah, it still has 2d8. It's weird.
Okay.
Oh, it is. It's an additional 2d8 for every level above
Oh, nice.
first
Okay.
slot.
So
There you
hold
go.
on. It is then.
So it's actually 45.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Sleep, man.
So good.
$45 was the answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so the two that are near to Kelnozz fall asleep. The two that are near to you fall asleep. The other three are fine.
Slumbermancer.
Slumbermancer.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
Okay, Kelnozz, it's your turn.
All right, so my first action, or as a bonus action rather, I'm going to hit with another empowered bardic inspiration, aka combat inspiration. And with my real thing, I was going to do something crazy. Yes, okay, so this guy, if he moves backwards, would he take attack opportunity from Theren and myself?
Only if he chooses to do it. If you push him out, it's not going to work.
Well, good thing I'm whispering. Oh, fuck, did that not work?
I think I need to pass a DC, right? Then you just do 8 psychic damage and maybe something else.
You're making a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh,
That ain't
Yeah. Okay, so he takes 3d6 psychic damage
which is
and
8.
must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away as its speed allows from you.
good. Okay. And that was this middle one, right? So,
Yeah, it was the middle one.
okay, so make your attack of... Both of you all can make an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, this will just be a regular attack.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hiya!
Okay, an 8 misses, but an 18 doesn't.
Take that. So he takes the 8 psychic plus the
Yeah.
11 piercing.
It
Yeah.
jumps into the water.
Ah!
Okay, very good. Brynn, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I whispered into his head how much I enjoyed eating fish.
He's disgusted.
Good.
This time I am going to. Which is the most unhealthy looking one? And which is the most healthy one that's awake?
I think all these are not injured that are
The
standing
ones
by
that
me.
are sleeping near Kelnozz look bloody, with the one that's to the north of you in this map looking like it's the most bloody. It's got a couple arrows sticking out of it.
To the north of Theren?
No, the
Yes.
sleeping one is.
Oh,
this
yeah.
one's
Sleeping.
hurt.
Yeah,
Yes.
you had hit them with arrows, this one?
Okay, well, I'm going to use a spell here. I'm going to use Ensnaring Strike. And
Oh, that's a good one.
Zap them with vines.
A gold glow emanates from your hands as you speak the word of power.
It's there! 20.
That's a hit. And which one are you shooting against, sorry?
This one here.
Okay. So go ahead and roll damage.
He will take 11, 12, 13 damage.
And it makes a strength saving throw as giant vines grow out of the wood and start to try to wrap around its feet. And let's see. What's your spell AC? Your spell DC, rather?
I know I asked this
It fails.
every time. Okay,
And every
yeah.
time it is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting modifier, which is wisdom.
It's on the spell page. I always forget mine.
So
Oh,
8 plus 2. Okay, so Oh, it's on the spell page?
If you just
click
go to
on
the spell
spells-
page and look at the top.
Yeah, it's middle top. It tells you what your spellcasting ability
Okay,
is.
cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, he
So,
fails.
yeah, these giant vines are wrapping around its feet,
Nice.
holding it in place. Okay, so it's restrained. Now it is their turn.
And it takes 1d6 piercing damage.
Oh, and the 13 damage. So,
And the 13, so make that 17 damage in total.
another 4. So first this arrow strikes it true deep into the side of its neck, causing blood to start leaking out of it. And then these thorny vines reach up and start crushing it from the bottom. This thing... Let's see.
Oh, before they have their turn, I have to make my second shot, too.
Oh, go ahead then, yep. Which one are you
so
shooting
let's
at?
be this one.
Okay.
Because he's within 5 feet, so it's not advantaged. Regular 14,
14 hits.
and he'll take 13 as well.
He cries out in pain as your arrow manages to land into its chest. Okay, what are these guys going to do?
Should just surrender at this point. It's embarrassing.
I'm getting swarmed over here.
I've got one more sweet move and then I will die. That's like
But they're all sleeping around you. We got
not the ones that are stabbing me.
Well, they're sleeping now.
Yeah, the one above
That's
and below
true.
you are asleep.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you
We
made
still
the other one
got,
run away.
Theron's still in trouble though.
Theron's fine. Let's
Don't
just leave
forget
him
about-
finish out. Zoran's just
Forget
been
about
sleeping.
Theren.
Zoran's just been sleeping this whole time.
Okay, well this
Yeah,
one's going
let's-
to attack you there, and it's even as it struggles against the vines, it lashes out with its spear.
Ooh, it is disadvantage then.
Can you
Or I
remind me
guess-
why? It's restrained, so that doesn't give it disadvantage on its attacks.
Yeah, it says attack rolls.
Against the creature have advantage. Oh yeah, you're right.
That
You're right.
creature's attack rolls,
No,
yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, but that just cancels out its advantage against you, so it just gets normal attacks. Which is good.
Alright.
15 doesn't hit, so there you go. That's its spear is thrown off by the crushing effect of the vines, and its slashing also manages to do nothing. Okay, the other two are going to book it, and they are just going to leave. And you've already taken your reaction to do an attack of opportunity, Theren, so you don't get another one. And these two just run into the water and dive into the murky depths.
Cowards.
This one has. This one, I guess, will take a strength check to try and get out. I think it can do that, or no? You know what? It already took an action, so it is now Theren's turn.
Okay, I'll move to this square, so I'm still within range of that guy.
Mhm.
And then I will attempt to murder him.
Give him a good murder.
Oh, he's going to be chopped in twine. I'm going to do the
Yeah,
-5 thing again, but hopefully this time not one on the Bardic Inspiration. Whoa, wait a sec.
You get it. You get
I'll
advantage too on that, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
You're doing this guy.
Yeah, I'll just roll another one. And then... Damn, that's really bad.
Yeah, that's an 8, right? So
So I'd have to roll really damn good on this D8. Should I attempt it
Do it.
for great justice?
What else is there?
Oh! Is that
you
good
hit.
enough?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it was an 8. Yeah, you're over the AC.
Nice.
Yep.
Kevin, teamwork.
It's worth it.
All right, I'll do first. I do this roll where I get to re-roll the ones, so I'll re-roll that one.
That will kill it. Just to let you know.
Oh, well, damn, that was not worth.
Overkill.
23 damage.
Twined.
Good.
You-
I thought I wouldn't get to twine anyone.
Twine the shit out of him.
You find him to be an easy target as the vines hold him still. That's also the first time that ensnaring strike has worked. Good job, Ryan.
Yeah, double teamwork. All right. Well, since he died, I'm going to use my Great Weapon Master to make another melee attack as a bonus action. And
Nice.
Ooh, are you
This is
adding
paying
the
off.
extra?
this one's going to be a regular attack against this guy who's sleeping right here, because he's already hurt. So I'm going to get my +5 and let's see if I can finish him off. I have advantage against this guy for sure. Blam!
They're both prone and covered in fairy fire, so you definitely have
Ooh.
advantage.
Quadruple advantage.
Unfortunately,
Still.
misses.
Damn it! These rolls are not.
You're
Working out for
taking
me.
too much care to avoid Kelnozz.
Maraganor is frowning.
All right, now it is Captain Eikoo's turn.
All right. So you failed to even hit that sleeping guy?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
somehow.
All right. I guess I will cast. Can I see any of the ones that have
You can see.
jumped off the boat, or
You can see the faint glimmer of the one that was covered in fairy fire. But
Are
it
they
is
just, diving
is-
down kind of
It is
thing?
going down deep into the water.
Okay. I guess what I'll do is I'll cast a scorching ray, and I'll put. I'll do them one at a time, I guess, but I'm gonna fire one at this dude to start.
Okay, so just to remind you, that guy's prone, and you're doing a ranged attack, so you'll have disadvantage on it, canceled out by the advantage of the fairy fire.
Okay.
That's a hit, and almost certainly a kill. Yes, that the fire starts lancing into him, and the creature stops breathing.
Okay, and so the other two will go into this one here. Oh!
Okay, roll your damage, your double damage.
Oh man, it's built in. That's awesome.
Okay, 7 fire damage. The creature starts awake as the ray of fire starts scorching its skin and starts shrieking in pain. But it is not dead. Do you have another one left?
Yep. That was only 7 damage on 46, so that was pretty disappointing. That's the last one there.
Okay, 12 hits.
Oh, thank God. Hey! Not that damage. Still, it's only like half, though.
The creature shrieks in pain as the second ray of fire starts snaking across its body, and it too succumbs to its wounds and dies.
Nice. This one's dead too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Oh, it is? Sweet.
Yeah,
That was
I killed it
amazing.
first. So there's still 2 up by me.
Alright, it's Kelnozz's turn.
I'm going to aid my captain. Can I run up the stairs here?
Yeah, subject to your speed.
So that's 20.
Just count the
22
squares.
feet.
Just count the squares, guys.
Okay.
When the thing has a built-in grid, I don't use the grid, so it give you whatever.
Gotcha. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 20. So yeah, 20, 25. Get to the top of the stairs here. And I'll take advantage on these dudes. Right?
Whew. This is a PG-13 D&D stream.
Oh boy.
All right, that's a hit. And because your hits are automatic criticals against prone creatures, so
Ooh.
go ahead and roll critical damage.
And in the meantime, I'll say, reporting for duty, Captain. I'll hit Eikooc with Bardic Inspiration.
Hey.
Aren't you glad your first mate is here to help you out? Oof.
Okay. So that first one had a +3, so it was... We're just doing an extra 1 damage. So 10 damage to that. The Sahagwin yelps in pain as you stab down at it, and its eyes snap awake. Snarls
What have I done?
in anger. Brynn, your turn.
All right. How high up is the crow's nest?
40 feet.
40 feet. Yeah, you said that earlier. I will descend part way, but still fire an arrow at the...
There's a rope ladder that descends down the
Oh, excellent.
thing. So I don't know if you have a climbing speed. If you don't have a climbing speed, you can only go half of your movement, and you're not going to be able to shoot an arrow while you're hanging off of a bridge.
Well then, I will
ladder.
shoot my arrow and then climb down. Or begin.
So which one are you going to shoot? Sorry, there's
The awake one.
Okay. Now that one is still prone because it hasn't had time to get up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both a disadvantage for you.
Oh, it's at a disadvantage.
You know what? Actually, you're really high up, so I'll say that's less of a concern for you, and you can just take a normal attack.
Normal attack.
Because you can see down onto the larger targets.
12.
12 hits.
12 hits. And a big 14
And
damage.
sorry, which one was on this again?
The one that's awake.
Okay, that one before, even though it's awake, before it has a chance to get up and respond with attack, the arrow thuds into its chest, and it dies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I think...
And then I'll begin climbing down the ladder.
You can jump if you want to.
Can I swing from the rope? Can I
God.
descend really dramatically from the rope?
You can, yeah.
I choose to descend dramatically from the rope.
Oh no.
Make a acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. 21.
21, your dismount is a little rusty, but you managed to... it's more like a controlled fall to people who know what they're doing, but to the layperson, it almost looks impressive, and you land without damaging yourself as you swing down on the riggings.
That's pretty awesome.
I could get used to this sailing thing.
Okay, on the Sahagwin's turn, it's still asleep, so it skips its turn. Theren, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. I can go through people, I just can't land on them, right? If they're allies?
Yes, that's true.
So 20. Uh-oh. lost all control. There we go. 20, 25, 30. And I swing at this guy.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Advantage.
That's a hit, so go ahead and roll critical damage.
So I'll do this. I reroll that one. So 14, and second damage is just 9. Yeah. So
Okay, so that's 6, because you only added your +3 once. So you did 5 and a 6 is 11, plus 3 is 14, plus 6 is 20 damage. You deal a grievous wound to it that will surely never wake up from, but it is not split in twain.
all right, I'll settle for this.
And
I'll settle for victory.
And a few moments pass of stillness in the night, and peace reigns again. And the rest of the night goes by without any incident.
Oof.
Those lizard folk were right. These things are vicious, dangerous.
Out of nowhere.
Do they have any loot on their weird bodies?
You find some very crudely made natural armor that is made out of mostly shells and maybe scraps of leather here and there. Its spears are fragments of bone from strange sea creatures and pieces of driftwood that they've managed to sharpen. You don't find anything of any real value.
Unfortunate.
All right, and that is where we will end off for tonight.
Those dudes are pretty vicious once they smell blood.
We were in serious trouble there.
Good thing we got the Slumbermancer.
Turned the tide there.
Saving the day.